Hey everybody, it's your beekeeper here. Well rested and back from vacation. I'm in an apartment doing some work today. Well, you guys can read my description. You know what I do by trade, and I just like working with wood. But you know, economies change, things change, people's needs change, so you got to be flexible and go where the money is. And right now, the money's in apartments. And let me tell you how I got into that. I was doing work on a guy's house, building mantles. I had 3 mantles to build. So I'm in a pretty good mood, pretty charming when I want to be, a lot more charming than that Arnold from Green Acres. Anyway, he says, hey, I got a bunch of buildings and I need a heavy hitter to come in and deal with stuff that my living handy people can't do. He's got people that live in his buildings that do kind of the lockouts, light bulbs, and minor hair clogs, and if things get too hairy, he has to call idiots like me. And it's not always glamorous work. I remember the first year that I started taking on some of these apartments, I was at carpenter's camp, and we were sitting around the campfire making s'mores, and some of my other carpenter buddies were giving me grief about taking on such lowly work. So anyway, that's enough about me and more about me. Take a look at this. You can see the grout that's missing from this tile, and this section of tile is actually disassociated from the wall. So I put the plastic up. We had the tenant take a shower. The following morning, I ran water everywhere, didn't get any water downstairs. The tenant took a shower. Last couple of days, there's been no water. So I'm very, very confident that this is going to be our problem. So let's set up the camera and I'll speed on through the process. So first things first, protect your surface. Move the tenant stuff out of the way. This is a painted tub. You can see by the peeling in the corner. These people are a little frugal. I won't call them cheap, but these landlords are concerned about money. So we're going to try to do this as low budget as possible, I guess. I don't know. My suggestion was to tear the whole shower out, but that wasn't an option for him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully pop back these tiles, and then let's take a look here. Take a look at this. They use plywood. Man, oh man, oh man, if you ever... It looks like it's been varnished. That is not the way to do a shower enclosure. Looks like the water was getting behind this bottom course and getting in right here. And this is an old school cast iron tub. Normally they have a lip that comes up, but this goes, I can feel it goes all the way back. So this is an old school cast iron tub without a back lip. Usually, like I said, these lips come up on the modern tubs a couple inches and go back behind the tile, goes back behind the tile and keeps water from hitting this. The water went this way, because this is a continuous membrane. Obviously it's a piece of plywood, it's not going to get through there the way it was running through, but it was coming through here. So, I guarantee the owner's not going to want to change this. This is kind of that shit. I'm going to reuse the majority of the tile. I wasn't really nice to it. I didn't come in with a hammer and mash it, as you can see. I only broke just 3 or 4 of them and a black band. I have plenty of those in inventory. It's just standard white. So what I'm going to do is scrape off this mastic. I'm going to call the owner. These guys, you saw me thumping on the wall. You can hear the difference between these are all nice and solid. They have good attachment. The other ones had a more hollow sound because they were no longer associated with the glue. I'm going to scrape this tight. I'm using a tile mastic that's approved for shower enclosures. And I'll to double check. I thought this was sheetrock. I didn't think it was plywood. Interesting. So the tile's stuck. I'm going to give it 24 hours and get that mastic to draw, come in and grout it. Silicone tub to tile. He's 100% silicone bath and kitchen and bath caulking. I actually did silicone even though I put grout in there. I gave it several hours to dry them back, and I did caulk this line because I get a lot of movement in this building and the grout's just going to crack out again. Silicone stays pretty flexible. So that's it. Down and dirty tile repair.